Hello everyone, this is NielsensTV2 of Denmark. NielsensTV2 of Denmark. So guys, today we are going to Brazil. So guys, we've been reacting videos from Brazil, and today we are going to make a new reaction. And some of you suggested and requested that we have to react the states of Brazil explained, because we already reacted the geography of Brazil. So this one is the states of Brazil from the geographynow.
Do we know any states?
No, actually. Do you know?
Maybe that's one called Manaus. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a town.
So this is
No, I think
a good way to. So but anyway guys, if you're new to our channel, you're very much welcome to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification button so that you will be notified every time we have a new video. By the way guys, this video I think we have to it is 16 minutes, so I think we have to divide it into two or three parts. Let's see. So
okay.
Let's get started.
I have to be a filler week. This is a video that I promised to do a long time ago, but I never had time until now. Explaining the states of Brazil. I checked my demographics, and Brazil is one of the top 15 countries subscribed to my channel. Now, full disclosure, I am not Brazilian. I have never even been to Brazil. I would absolutely love to go. So what I've done is I have talked to a lot of you guys, the Brazilian geography peeps, to help me with this video. And I know a few Brazilian people here in LA. I asked you guys to explain what you thought about each of the states of Brazil. So if I get anything wrong, it's your fault. So yeah, let's just jump into it. Acre. There's a joke. Acre doesn't exist, and there's probably dinosaurs in it. Very few people in Brazil have actually been to Acre, let alone met somebody from Acre. I actually did meet two people from Acre here in Los Angeles. They were two gay guys that were gay for each other, but the point was, more importantly, they were from Acre. The first thing they said was, we do exist, and like half the population lives in the capital Rio Branco, or Rio Branco. They are famous for, what do I have here? Ancient geoglyphs, having a historic dispute with Bolivia. And the two guys I met said the two things I have to mention are Tacacá and the strange Santo Daime religious community known for ingesting the hallucinogenic ayahuasca drink. We're off to a great start, aren't we? Alagoas. They are the second smallest state, and apparently sometimes they are called the water paradise because they are surrounded by the largest barrier reef in Brazil. It has incredibly shallow waters that you can walk like a kilometer off into the ocean and you're still.
Oh my god, I really love this one. This is very nice, very beautiful. Brazil is a beautiful country.
Yes.
Only gonna be like knee deep. They're also popular for fandango music, the Warrior Festival, which is a public folk display that depicts naval battles. Amapa. In colonial years, this place was called Portuguese Guiana. It's kind of like the most well-preserved forest state in Brazil. The vast majority of the population only lives in two cities, Macapá and Santana, and the rest of the state is just covered like 90% in forest, 70% of which is unexplored. Let's see what I have here. Because it's close to the border of French Guiana, some people speak a French Creole called Patua. Amazonas, the largest state of Brazil.
I think
the largest
very fast.
I only knew. I heard it's Amazonas.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the big forest.
Yeah.
Largest rainforest and the most biodiverse region on the planet. Also, obviously, it has the largest number of indigenous tribes, many of which are still uncontacted with the outside world. It's also here you can find the tallest mountain, Pico da Neblina. Manaus is the capital. They have a cool opera festival.
City.
At least you know this. At least you know.
Yes.
How did you know it?
I think from maybe some other things before.
Okay. From the geography now.
Like the place where people go to for like secret undocumented trips into the rainforest that they pay the locals under the table for. Nobody can hear you scream. Bahia. From what I was told, despite the reports of crime, everyone still loves this state. And it plays like such a huge significant role of importance in terms of culture and history. It has the longest coast of any state, so the beaches here are like spot on, beautiful, perfect. It also has like the most distinctive African imprint on their culture, as it was a major hub for the slave trade. Today they have the largest black population in Brazil. World-renowned cultural traits like capoeira and samba were born here. I don't even really have to explain what those are. And they have those really cool deep-fried aracajé things. Let's see what else. Salvador is the capital and largest city, and has a cool-looking fortress on the sea off the coast.
We reacted one video. Yeah, we reacted. I think we reacted one video from other also YouTuber who went to Salvador.
Yes.
Yeah. So we don't know that we're not aware that it is also states.
No,
Yeah.
also Bahia, I heard that before.
yeah.
I just didn't know it was a state.
Yeah.
If it's a state or a city
Yeah.
or what it is.
It's good that he explained this one.
I was told that Bahia's Carnival is like the cool Carnival that the Brazilians go to when they're sick and tired of all the tourists down in Rio. Ceará. This is like the family vacation spot of Brazil. The capital, Fortaleza, is the fourth largest city in Brazil. They are the kite surfing capital. They have that... Jeez, how do you pronounce this? Jericoacoara. They have that Jericoacoara beach thing with all the cool like rock arches. The coconuts are so cheap, you can literally have a guy cut one open for you to drink for like 20 cents. Ooh, yeah, coconut water is like my favorite non-alcoholic drink, so this place racks up huge points for me. Espirito Santo. Weird fact, the state's name translates to Holy Spirit, but the people here call themselves capixaba, which means corn hair. Kind of like how Wisconsin people are called cheeseheads. Anyway, the capital is Vitória, and another thing that they're famous for is Guarapari's healing black sand beaches, and they also make great seafood stews. Goiás.
I love seafoods. I love seafoods.
This is a central Brazilian state, so here you get the farm and the countryside and the ranches. Very hot and humid. Some of you guys have told me that Goiás is kind of seen as like the capital's bodyguard. Like they work together and they share all the government secrets. Kind of like what Maryland and Virginia are to Washington, D.C. Let's see. Goiânia is the capital, known for having the largest green area per inhabitant in the world after Edmonton, Canada. But yeah, it's like an agriculturist, low-key access to the government files state. Maranhão. This is like the state I personally would really love to visit. The one thing this state is known for is Lençóis Maranhenses National Park. It is one of the strangest landscapes on the planet. Sand dunes with water. Otherwise, São Luís is the capital, and it is the city that most closely resembles a Portuguese city in Brazil. But yeah. Wow, Maranhão. Mato Grosso. It is the farm and beef capital of Brazil. Very sparsely populated. The capital, Cuiabá, only has about 500,000 people.
If it's beef capital, so it must be very cheap to eat beef there.
So yes, you can go to this seafood.
Seafood, and you will go to this beef because
so
you love.
We can't go together. It seems.
The largest sandstone cavern can be found here, Aroi-Jari. In the south, it's also home to the Pantanal, the world's largest wetland. And apparently you guys told me they are also famous for Brazilian country music known as sertanejo. Which brings us to Mato Grosso do Sul. Geography Flora told me that they're kind of sick and tired of being mixed up with Mato Grosso, so whenever someone refers to the state, they make sure that they say do Sul after. The capital is Campo Grande, however Bonito is like the more popular tourist destination because they have like crystal clear pools and lakes and rivers. I was told that their culture is very heavily influenced by Paraguay, and like Paraguay, the Guarani language is the second most commonly spoken language in the state. And the people here love crossing the border and buying stuff in Paraguay because everything there is way cheaper. They also love drinking tereré, which is like...
It's cheaper in Paraguay? It's like...
Apparently.
Yeah.
The cold version of chimarrão. Oh my gosh, the Portuguese language, Portuguese is like the Danish of the Latin language.
I think Portuguese is easier for me to understand. And when I was new here in Denmark, I totally don't have any idea about the Danish language. Danish language is very difficult for foreigners. I think so. Portuguese is like the Spanish. There are words that you can understand, but in Danish you don't have any idea at all. Totally different.
Portuguese is a Latin language, so there are words from also similar to French and Italian.
French is also the same as
Romanian, actually, also.
It's a very difficult language. I will say to you guys, Danish language is very difficult.
Yes,
very hard for.
You still haven't learned.
Yeah, until now I've been living in Denmark for 15 years, I think. But still, I will never be perfect in in speaking, especially the grammar. And the pronunciation is so, oh my god. So maybe we will tell you one day, we will show you Danish
When you are fluent in Portuguese, you can
Yeah.
say, oh well. It's much easier.
So let's continue, guys.
Which is like you pronounce the first part of the word, but then you just kind of give up on the rest of it. Shima.
Give
Anyway,
up.
moving on. Minas Gerais. Geography Sergio told me that Minas Gerais is like the grandma's house of Brazil. It's probably like the only state that all the other states love. And the reason being because it's kind of like one of, if not the most foodie state of all the states. Every single one of you has told me that Minas Gerais, I have to mention the cheese bread. Pão de queijo. Did I get that? No, I did not pronounce it. And tropeiro, beans, and feijoada stew. Also, no surprise, as the name alludes to, Minas. This place has some of the most like historically significant mines in the country. The Portuguese got a ton of gold from here, which was subsequently stolen by the British apparently, but that's a whole other story. Anyway, moving on. Para, the queen of the jungle. The second largest state in the country, the capital, Belém. According to Geography Ariel, it's like the special strategic gateway to the Amazon that the Portuguese protected. They are a huge producer of rubber, iron, and acai berries. The northerners eat the acai salty, while the southerners eat it with ice cream. They are also famous for brega music and lots of
That's
dance.
also, weird. Salty ice cream, is it?
You would that color
Yeah.
look like
It look like from my country we have this it's a root crops called obi. Yeah.
Maybe it's the same.
See?
Dams were built here to power the entire country. Also, it is here where they grow the most Brazil nuts, which, by the way, in Brazil, they call Brazil nuts para nuts. Because Paraíba. Quite a few of you guys have told me that this is like the calm state of Brazil. It's like the perfect place to retire. Apparently, the capital, João Pessoa, is located on the easternmost point of the American continent, known as Ponte dos Seixas. Also, it was a former Dutch settlement, and for 20 years, it was known as Fredrikstad, Paraná. So many of you guys have told me Paraná is known as Brazilian Russia. It's the coldest spot in Brazil, and apparently a lot of weird things happen here. The capital, Curitiba, is so high up, it snows every so often, which is rare for Brazil. Geography.
Okay, snow?
Isabel told me that they are like the quiet ones that take time to warm up to if they don't know you. They call sausages vina, and they actually have a law where there are no Starbucks because they want to protect their own coffee industry. Okay. Pernambuco. According to Geography Olavo, people from Pernambuco are very artsy, and one of the most recent and successful artistic
like
movements
rock.
came from here. The Mangue beat. Also, great musicians like Zé Ramalho came from here. And don't forget the dish bolo de rolo. It's very delicious.
Ooh,
And they're also known for having beaches with sharks. They are known also for a traditional dance called the frevo.
Beaches with sharks.
Yeah, okay.
And the first synagogue in the Americas was built in the capital, Recife.
Recife.
There's an R, but why did
Recife, actually, we have one follower. I think he's that guy who requested that we are going to make a reaction to his video. He lives in Recife.
Oh,
Yeah, he
okay.
sent a picture from Recife.
Yes, that looked very nice.
Looks very, very nice. I can't remember your name, but every time we upload video, he always commented our video. I can't remember your
I
name.
remember seeing pictures from Recife.
Maui. Kind of funny. It's like they just barely.
Let's continue.
Famous Brazilian YouTuber came out of it. Otherwise, they are known for the Serra da Capivara Park, which has extremely old rock paintings. Piauí. Rio de Janeiro. I feel like I don't even really have to say that much. You all know this place. All the iconic images and landmarks of Brazilian culture and media come from this place. You know, the Christ the Redeemer statue, Copacabana Beach, Sugarloaf Mountain, the works. It's kind of like the Los Angeles of Brazil, you know, like kind of like the shiny spokesperson and ambassador that all the tourists flock to. I mean, for the longest time, they were the capital of Brazil. However, keep in mind, you're thinking of the city of Rio de Janeiro. Remember, there's a whole state that comes with it. Not a really big one, but there is a state. You know, there's other cities like Nova Iguaçu, Petrópolis, and this place, Campos dos Goitacazes. And each of these cities has like their own cool little quirk, but however, yeah, Rio, the city is more of like the flashy hotspot. Rio Grande do Norte, the Christmas state. The capital is even called Natal, the word for Christmas. And every Christmas they go all out and have a huge party, and it's like a big deal for them. According to NASA, this place has the purest air in all of the Americas.
Okay.
Good for you. It's also home to the world's largest cashew tree, estimated to be somewhere around 8,400 square meters. They also host Carnival. It's like one of the biggest off-season Carnival celebrations. Woohoo! Rio Grande do Sul, the southernmost state. Capital, Porto Alegre. Now, I've met quite a few people from this specific state from Brazil. People here are known as gauchos, similar to Argentina and Uruguay. This is like the whitest state of Brazil. They have a huge, distinct German and Italian population.
Okay.
They have their own accent, cuisine. They're very famous for their barbecue. There's a lot of history here. At one point, they tried to secede in the Ragamuffin War, right? I think that's what it was called. Or the Farroupilha Revolution. Then they had a war with like all their neighbors, Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay for some reason. It's crazy. These people.
Paraguay. But you know, this is very interesting because from these people were German, and we saw also a reaction, a video where this YouTuber showed the German part of Brazil.
Yes.
And totally, it's like you're in
Looks interesting.
everything, the food, and it's in German.
Yes, I had this special town where everything was German.
Yeah, amazing.
Did a lot of fighting. But yeah, they're very distinct from the rest of Brazil. A lot of the people here actually still speak their mother tongues like German, Italian, and Polish. They have Oktoberfests. The southern part of Brazil, it's very different from the rest. Hondonia. The capital is Porto Velho. I was told this is like the wild west of Brazil. It's like the frontier between the humid Amazon and the dry Cerrado. A huge portion of the state is native territory belonging to 21 indigenous people groups, one of which only has about 5 members left. Unfortunately, it's also kind of known as the state with the worst deforestation rates. A lot of the land is cleared for agriculture. But yeah, it's like Acre's twin, shrouded in mystery. Nobody knows anything about it. What's going on? What are you hiding? Hondonia Roraima, the northernmost state. And the capital, Boa Vista, is the only capital that is north of the equator. This place is famous for the tri-point border between Guyana and Venezuela at Mount Roraima. Basically, it's that really cool flat-top mountain that was the...
I think this is the film Up. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. This is very, it's very nice, to know that it existed. Yeah.
It exists
Yeah.
in
Existed.
real life.
Yeah, in real life.
Inspiration for the movie Up, and apparently a lot of people are now paying attention to this state because a lot of Venezuelans are crossing the border because they're trying to escape the economic hardships implemented by the harsh Maduro regime. But yeah, basically think of the movie Up with a wave of illegal Venezuelan immigrants coming in. It's true though, it's kind of true. Santa Catarina. The capital, Florianopolis, is actually on an island off the coast. According to geography Eduardo, it's kind of like a place that fuses urban and nature together. The people here are famous for being interesting fishers. Apparently in the town of Laguna, the fishermen have made a strange alliance with the dolphins, in which the dolphins help them catch fish, and the fishermen give the dolphins the leftovers as payment. So yeah, basically, if you want to meet people that can talk to dolphins, go to Santa Catarina. São Paulo. This is basically the New York of Brazil. São Paulo is nicknamed the locomotive of Brazil, and it is like the working machine that keeps Brazil afloat. It is the most populous state with over 45 million people. It has the largest economy and is by far the richest state. It alone is richer than all of Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay, and Bolivia put together. São Paulo is the largest city, obviously. It's the 9th largest in the world and the 2nd largest in the Americas after Mexico City. It's incredibly diverse. Italians, Greeks, Arabs. It has the largest Japanese population outside of Japan. But what is São Paulo really like? Well, according to you guys, the Brazilian geography.
We want to, this part, I think I want to go to São Paulo.
São Paulo?
Yeah, if we're going to the Brazil.
Yes.
Peeps. I've gotten everything from São Paulo has great nightclubs. The people are thick-headed and snobbish. They are sophisticated. They are smart, but like in a crazy way. They are cool people, but be careful around them. I don't even know what that means. Basically, São Paulo is the powerhouse of Brazil. Sergipe, the smallest state in Brazil. There's a stupid joke. Which Brazilian state wants to be a Jeep? Sergipe, because in Portuguese, ser means be, and Sergipe is how you pronounce it. Yeah. Anyway, this place actually has some pretty cool, quirky things. According to Geography, Rusty. Yeah, Rusty. I was surprised. It doesn't sound like a Brazilian name, but cool. They have the statues from traditional folklore on the river with a huge crab statue as well because they love eating crabs. They have that strange Lambe Sujos and Caboclinos festival where people paint themselves black. It's often said that Sergipe is like Bahia's backyard. Tocantins, which means the toucans beak in the native Tupi language. This is the newest state that broke off from Goiás in 1988, I think. Yeah. The state is famous for the Jalapão National Park. It was portrayed in a recent telenovela from Globo TV called Outro Lado do Paraíso, the other side of paradise. Otherwise, they are...
I don't know this telenovela. I'm watching telenovela series, but not in Brazil. There's probably Brazilian series because I love watching series. So probably they have very interesting.
Had best Brazilian series shown in Danish TV.
I saw one. I saw. It's not series. It's a film from Netflix from Brazil. So I'm sure they have the series also.
I think I saw a series on Netflix also.
Yeah.
Just don't remember.
Let us know, guys. It's probably me. I love watching series.
They are also really tied in with their indigenous population. They even hosted the Indigenous World Games in 2015 in the capital Palmas. But yeah, toucans beak. Woohoo! And finally, we reach the capital, Brasilia. Now, literally every Brazilian I talk to, when I ask them to explain what they think about the capital, they all do the same thing. They all just kind of go like, Now, just like many countries across the world, the capital can sometimes be seen as a source of problems. No shocker, that kind of applies to Brazil as well. Basically, the city was built in the 50s and inaugurated in the 60s as the new capital of Brazil as a means to kind of centralize the government buildings. It was built in the shape of an airplane or bird. It's kind of up for dispute. And people from all over just started moving in, and it's a new city. It was built specifically to become the new capital. It has the second largest soccer, football, stadium in the country, and yeah, this is just kind of like where the stuff gets done and the people complain. So yeah, that is just about it. I tried my best. I tried to relay what you guys told me, and I hope I did Brazil justice. No matter how much I try though, I'm pretty much never going to recover from that Ronaldo mistake. But yeah, obrigado, and hope you have a good one.
The first.
Bye.
Okay, the first some geography. The
Ronaldo mistake.
Yeah, the Ronaldo. Now we know. Nobody can forget the mistake he told me, the first video, the geography now, because he talks that Ronaldo is from
I remember actually also I was
but this
he's from Portugal.
Yeah, but this video is very interesting.
They have their own Ronaldo.
Yeah, I think his name is Ronaldinho or something.
No, yes, there was also a Ronaldinho, but there was also Ronaldo in Brazil before.
But next time
Cristiano Ronaldo from Portugal.
But next time we are going to watch football. No, not football. Maybe some.
Oh, why not?
Yeah. So football legends from Brazil. Well, anyway, guys, this video is very interesting because for us foreigners, we don't know so much about Brazil, about the states. It's he's very good he's in explaining all the different stuff and all the states from Brazil. Yeah, so once again, another great information from Brazil. Yeah, and thank you for watching our reaction video, guys. And if you still have more requests, you can always write into the comment section, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And if you're new to our channel, you're very much welcome to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification button so that you will be notified every time we have a new video.